Cambridge Technical Level 3 in Health and Social Care. This is for Unit 2, Equality, Diversity and Rights in Health and Social Care. This is a learning outcome 2, understand the impacts of discrimination practices on individuals in health, social care and childcare environments. This is PowerPoint 2. A key term we need to understand is discrimination. Discrimination is when people judge others based on their differences to create disadvantages or oppression. For this part of the PowerPoint, I'm going to need you to pause it once I've finished speaking. You've got to write down the following 3 headings: a 78-year-old man, a teenage boy with multiple piercings and tattoos, and a 16-year-old single mum. Underneath each heading, quickly write down any words that immediately come to mind to describe that person. Share and discuss your descriptions. Are the descriptions based on fact or opinion? Are the descriptions fair? Have any judgments been made? And what have you assumed about each person? So if you could stop the PowerPoint now, write your notes on each of those 3 headings, and then these can be discussed at a later date. So, what are discriminatory practices? This involves you treating someone unfairly or less favourably compared to others. Discriminatory practice can take place in many forms, such as excluding someone from activities or verbal or physical abuse. So why do people discriminate? Discriminatory practice develops from uninformed or uneducated attitudes and beliefs that result in unfair treatment of certain individuals or groups of people. It can occur on the basis of an individual's race, culture, disability, or social class. So, what is race? Race refers to a group that is considered to have distinctive characteristics based on their skin colour, nationality, or ethnic origin. The NHS ask when you go in or being treated in a hospital to classify your race, such as white, Asian, black, mixed race, Chinese or any other ethnic group. Then data and statistics gathered using the classification system can be used to monitor. For example, use of services by different ethnic groups, by different ethnic groups, or the effectiveness of equal opportunity policies. Discrimination on the basis of race is called racism. Culture. Culture refers to a group of people in society who share the same customs, language, dress, beliefs and values. Cultural groups perceived by some people as being different, such as traveller communities, are often victims of discrimination. The negative words used to describe the traveller community can be quite discriminatory and derogatory. Disability. A disability is defined as a physical or mental impairment that has a substantial and long-term negative effect on a person's ability to do normal daily activities. Discrimination on the basis of disability is called disableism. Social class is usually defined by economic or educational status. People are often grouped into hierarchical social categories. We all hear about the upper class, the middle class, the lower class. And people are categorised into these depending on how much money they have, how much wealth, so where they went to school, their jobs. And people sometimes have unfavourable views of others and make judgments because of their social class. Age. People are sometimes discriminated against because of their age, and despite being an age in society, there are still negative perceptions about older people being frail or confused. Discrimination based on age is called ageism. Gender. This refers to whether someone is male, female or transgender. Discrimination that occurs because of someone's gender is called sexism. Some statistics. When we're looking at gender inequality, we can see that women are 47% more likely to suffer severe injuries in car crashes because safety features are designed for men. Only 6 countries give women equal legal work rights as men. And finally, for every female film character, there are 2.24 men. So despite this country working very hard at trying to ensure gender equality, inequality still exists. To help define gender further, there is also two other categories that need to be discussed. That's non-binary and gender fluid. Non-binary is denoting or relating to a gender or sexual identity that is not defined in terms of traditional binary oppositions, such as male and female or homosexual and heterosexual. Gender fluid is denoting or relating to a person who does not identify themselves as having a fixed gender. Sexual orientation. Discrimination due to someone's sexuality, if they are bisexual, gay or lesbian, is known as homophobia. LGBT respondents are less satisfied with their life than the general UK population, rating satisfaction 6.5 on an average of out of 10, compared with 7.7 for those that are heterosexual. Trans respondents had particularly low scores, around 5.4 out of 10. More than 2/3 of LGBT respondents said that they have avoided holding hands with the same-sex partner for fear of a negative reaction from others. Sexual orientation, despite, again, this country working hard to promote the LGBTQIA plus community, discrimination still occurs. It occurs in a workplace, it occurs within communities. And at the very last point on here, it says at least 2 in 5 respondents had experienced an incident because they were LGBT. So verbal communication or physical violence in the last 12 months, which is quite scary. Religion. This is a system of beliefs and values. They can be important to people, it can give them hope, it can help guide their life. Religious discrimination could involve religious needs not being met. For example, if you were in hospital and you required kosher food or you required halal food and this was not available, this is a form of discrimination against your religion.